Hello, guys. Thank you very much for joining in. Hi, this is Ganesh Naik. I help finance professionals and students to excel in their career and become a better version of themselves. And today, I'm back with one more video of my student who has cleared the exam in November 2021. And her name is Neha, and she's going to be sharing her experience, her journey of preparing for the exam, and what has been the challenge for the what has been the challenge that she has faced. And the purpose of doing this video is basically for those students who are preparing on their own or they don't have proper guidance. So how better they can prepare and what challenges people face and how they can learn from their mistakes and all. So first of all, thank you very much, Neha, for taking out time and sharing your experience of clearing the exam. So I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. And
Thank you,
primarily,
sir, for giving me this opportunity.
thank you. And
So it's my pleasure.
okay. And primarily, before we start the journey, we start the discussion of the journey. Can you give the audience what were you doing when you decided to go for FRM? What was your work profile or education profile? So you can give that background.
First of all, I would like to share with the audience that I am a chartered accountant. So when people listen that I am a chartered accountant, they say like, okay, okay, तो आपके लिए तो easy है. But it's not like that. It's not much difficult, but equally difficult for me. So मैंने भी
Mm-hmm.
पूरा completely उसको prepare किया, जैसे सबने किया, पूरा course किया, and
Mm-hmm.
except from one book, that is book 3,
Mm-hmm.
everything is also new for me.
Okay.
So statistics is the statistical part is not in the CA exam also.
Mm-hmm.
The book 4 is completely different.
Right.
So it is also a new course for me.
Right.
So
And before you started the preparation, so were you working? And if yes, then what was the work experience that you had?
yeah, I am working in a public sector bank. I am working as a senior manager credit in a public sector bank. But from education point of view, I was like completely left out because I have an 8-year experience in the public
Mm-hmm.
sector bank.
Okay.
So after 8 years, I have opened this book.
Okay.
So it's
Okay.
completely new experience for me.
Perfect. Perfect. So basically, now when you picked up the book, like you said, there was one book 3 that you felt that this is something relevant or you have already read in CA. What about the other book, the Quant and what was your thought process when you saw them for the first time?
Yeah, actually, what happened is for book 3 only I joined this course. I like this is like financial risk management. So I would like कि हाँ ये कुछ जैसा मैंने पढ़ा है वैसा कुछ होगा. So I have joined this course, but after joining I got to know that this is a quite typical course and I have to study hard. So
Okay.
I first of all I started studied that book 3 only.
Hmm.
So that was quite comfortable for me. I completed book 3 in almost 7-10 days.
And what about
And
the second book, Quant book?
the second book was very difficult for me. Somehow
Uh-huh.
I managed to complete it from Schwezer book only. So
Uh-huh.
I somehow managed to complete it in 15 days, I think. There are around 13 chapters. So my target was like I have to complete one chapter a day.
Okay.
Anyhow.
And when did you start your preparation?
Uh, I don't think I should answer honestly for this question, but I started in September.
Right, right, right. So, and I asked you this question explicitly because, see, you know the problems that you face because you started late and you have to
Yeah.
do things lot of things fast. I know this is not a short way, but audience should be aware that the earlier you start, the better it is because you get a lot of
No
time
one should
to.
follow me in this. And
So, so you pick. So
many
you.
point of time I regretted this a lot. I was like, there is no chance, but I tried and tried.
So you
So
registered
I
in the
started.
month of September only, right?
Yeah, I registered on the last date, it is 31st July. So in
Ah.
August, we have to go somewhere out of the station. So we are 10-15 days out of the city.
Mm-hmm.
We came back in last week of August and
Right.
I started preparing last week of August only.
Okay. Okay. So kind of you got entire September, entire October, and then the 10-15 days of November. Now,
For November.
now, like you
Yes.
said, you picked up book 3 and you started going through that content. Okay. So when you started, how many hours from the 1st of September around? How many hours were you giving per day?
Yeah, I tried to give 5 to 6 hours minimum, three
Mm-hmm.
hours in the morning and 3 hours in the evening. That was my minimum time that I have to give, that
Okay.
minimum commitment.
Okay. And when
So
you,
I started
sorry, please go ahead.
6 hours and try to increase it per day basis on 7, sometimes 8. Sometimes there is a day I'm not able to complete 6 hours also, but I try to keep minimum 6 hours.
And what about Saturdays and Sundays? What was the time dedication?
Saturdays and same 6 hours.
6 hours. Okay.
Try to increase it Saturday and Sundays. Actually, I was not working then that time. For those 2 months, I was in long leave, so that was
So you
mandatory.
got good amount of time for that. Okay. So now, what was your approach? So when you're reading the chapter, so you were watching the video and then you were going to
Yeah.
the Swedger, right? And were you
Yes.
solving the question bank immediately, or how was that?
No, the thing is, in September month, I tried to complete book 3. I have completed book 3, I've completed book 2, and I've completed book 1 also. Book 1 I found easy, that is like a reading type. I started just read, I
Right.
read through once, book 1. So when I opened book 4, I was like, no, I can't do it. So that's the time when I contacted you, and that was my lucky point of time that I got your classes, and I completed book 4, all the video lectures along with caution
Mhm.
bank.
Right.
My target was in a single day I have to complete the one chapter and its question bank. This was my target for
Okay.
October month, because I have very less time. So
Okay. And when did you completed your entire reading and the question bank solving?
at the 15th of October, I was on a point that I've completed book 4 plus caution bank. That is per day a chapter. That 14 chapter are there. So I took
Mhm.
14 days for 14 chapters plus caution bank.
Mhm.
And only these 3 books I've only read once.
So you had not
So
solved the question bank for these 3 books till then.
no,
Okay.
I've joined your classes in I think
I
last
know
week
it
of
was very
September.
late. I don't remember the date exactly, but I know it was late because
Yeah.
we
So I
discussing.
15th of October, yes, I started solving caution banks
So 15th
for
of
these books.
October, for the next first 3 books. Then
Yeah,
so you picked up which book? I mean, book 3 first for solving,
yeah, book 3
because
first.
you were
Because
very
yeah, then according to the mark allocation basis, so it has
ha.
heavy weight. So I started book 3.
Right,
That's
right.
30%.
So basically you completed the solving of the book 4 first, and then you went to book 3, and then
In almost 20 days, I've completed all the question banks. And
okay.
one trick that I use in this, sometimes when I used to try question bank solving, I thought that this is a quite time taking, because when I solve the question bank
Mhm.
and then I go to the answers. So there is 2 separate videos. So I thought
Yeah.
कि I have less of time. So मैंने एक ट्रिक निकाला
Okay.
ट्रिक निकाल के मैंने क्या किया, क्वेश्चन बैंक का जो आंसर्स था उसी
Mhm.
में मैंने मतलब आई डिडंट टर्न द स्लाइड, आई स्टार्ट सॉल्व एंड इमीडिएटली आई वेंट टू द आंसर.
The PDF that has been attached. Okay, okay. ठीक है. So basically, the same question set that you have as a quiz, you also have the PDF file, so that in case you want to only go through the questions and answer one by one, you can go to that. Okay, so you were solving that, not the quiz format as of now.
या दैट इज बेस्ट फॉर मी सर, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर दैट पीडीएफ. सो मेरा टाइम बहुत सेव हुआ उसमें.
Okay.
मैंने पहले जो उस तरीके से किया था उसमें मुझे एक दिन में 2 से ज्यादा मैं क्वेश्चन बैंक नहीं कर पाती थी, बट पीडीएफ में मैं ज्यादा कर पा रही थी क्योंकि इमीडिएटली मैं उसका सॉल्यूशन देख देख लेती थी. तो जहाँ पे मेरी मिस्टेक थी इमीडिएटली रिकॉग्नाइज्ड इट.
समझा.
और उसमें मतलब क्वेश्चन सॉल्यूशन के लिए जो डबल टाइम लगता था वो नहीं लगा फिर.
Got it.
तो इन
Got it.
20 days आई हैव कंप्लीटेड ऑल.
So by the end of October, you were done entire reading of the
No,
content.
in first week of November.
First week of November. Okay, and the solving
First,
also. Solving was also
yes,
done.
yes.
Now,
It,
yeah, throughout this entire journey, from the 1st of September till the first week of November, did you face any problem in terms of not getting time or demotivation, any sort of issues that was there
yeah,
primarily?
book 4 was very tough for me. I was like यार ये तो बहुत नहीं हो पाएगा मतलब बहुत ही मुश्किल है. But I think the video lectures really have helped me a lot because it is
Okay.
very tough on my own. So I got all the guidance from there only. And the caution bank is the main thing that I think one should must do.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Caution bank really helped a lot. It also helps in revision. It also helps in your practice to solve the questions. So
Right.
it
Right.
really helps.
Now, with respect to the last after first week of November, so your exam date was on which date?
um, 14 or 15 November.
So you had around 6-7 days left after the completion.
10,
10 days.
10 days I have.
Okay.
Yeah,
Now what did
actually
you
I
do?
make a strategy like that. Ki before 10 days I have to complete all things. I have to complete the revision plus question bank. So that was my
Okay. Okay. And then
strategy.
in the last 10 days, what were you doing in that day?
Yeah, in last 10 days, I just revise all the formulas. I do the mock tests. I have do the Shreya revision. Actually, I make some notes also of my own. So I
Mhm.
am revising that. And
Okay.
in 1 day gap, I am solving the mock tests. So
And
there was four mock
did you
tests.
solve sectional test also by any chance? Oh, so you did not get time. You were focusing on the uh,
Uh,
mock papers. And what about GARP sample paper? Did you get time to solve that?
I've
Acha.
only gone through your study material.
Okay, okay. No,
So
no problem, no problem. So
like for
basically,
question bank and for mock test papers. That's
and
it.
when you were solving the mock, you were solving it proper 4 hours, sitting in one
No.
place. No.
Actually, I actually my baby is 2 years, so it is not possible for me to
Okay,
sit at one place at 4 hours. He's always
okay.
like here and there. So
Got it, got it, got it. So primarily, but you when you solved, so you did analysis of the mock also
yeah,
after
yeah,
that. And how
complete
much time
solution.
did you take as a gap between two mocks?
I have decided 1 day for each mock, and for two mocks, I have like 1 day mock and 1 day revision, 1 day mock and 1 day revision. But then I have short of time, so I have completed two mocks simultaneously.
Simultaneously? Right, right.
Yeah.
Now, when you went for the exam on that day, what happened? The 4 hour. How did this 4 hours started? क्या हुआ?
Uh, No, I was not stressed at all. मतलब ऐसे stress जैसा नहीं था. I was
Mhm.
excited actually for there was like cool people around. So before exam also we started chatting and all. So it was
Okay.
very comfortable. But the 4 hours is very long. So
But
started
you were able to
doing the
solve.
exam.
So when you started solving the actual exam, so you were able to pick up questions properly. Was there any issue with respect to picking up the question, or any was it very heavy? What was that feedback?
I think the exam has all the categories. There were categories of easy questions also. There's categories of average question, and there was
Mhm.
category of typical question also.
Okay,
So I've started doing the average and the easy questions, and for the typical question I marked it in review. So
okay, okay. So you went through the entire 100 questions first, and whichever question you were able to solve, you solved, and then flagging was done.
yes,
And then again you went.
yes,
Okay, okay. And then,
yes.
so out of the total 100 questions, how many theory questions did you solve?
Actually, people are saying there are 70-80% theory, but I observed there was only 60% theory.
And 60 and 40 calculation.
Yeah.
Now, in that calculation, uh, was it very straightforward from the Sweger book, or was it tricky? Was it very difficult? So, can you bifurcate that 40 just for our understanding?
I think only 20% question was straightforward. Rest of the questions are mixed questions. There are two concept. You have to go through the full two concept and then merge it and then conclude your answer. I think like that.
Okay, okay. So 50% was easy, manageable, and then 50% it
Yeah.
would take time. That is what you're saying, right? And
The theory questions are easy, I think.
theory questions were easy for you.
I thought so.
Okay, okay. But out of that 60, there has to be some difficult question. So what would be that number?
Yeah.
What would be that number?
For me,
10?
if I recall, there are around 23 to 24 question in my review marked. So I have marked
Only
23
theory.
questions.
Only theory or total?
No, no. These are total questions that I found complicated or I have not reached the answer. So I marked it for review. So there are around at the end 23 to 24 questions that I marked for review. So
Okay.
that was typical for me, typical questions.
Right, right. Perfect, perfect. And then when you submitted the exam, okay, what was your thought
Yeah.
process when you came out and said, "Abhi kya hua?" What was the thought process?
I was like सबसे पहले मुझे स्कोर दिखाओ
But
क्योंकि वो
you could
फर्स्ट
not see,
स्क्रीन पर नहीं दिखा था
but you could
फर्स्ट
not see
स्क्रीन
the,
पे नहीं
you did not see the score, right?
नहीं नहीं I saw the score actually वो फर्स्ट स्क्रीन पर नहीं था then I called someone and I was like I want to see my score then he pressed something
If I'm not
and
wrong, it was
given
around
it
61 or something. 61,
yeah.
62. Ha, ha. ठीक है, because initial days it was visible and then I think so the institute changed it slightly, but ठीक है, that's a major proposition, and I think so that is good that people institute has changed it, because people tend to now see the score and they try to understand whether they have passed or failed. It is better to wait for the surprise and let the result come actually.
Yeah, many people do that, but I'm not so patient.
But okay, it was a good experience, right? The 4 hour, there was no problem as such. Major problem was not
Yeah.
there when you review. And just for the benefit of the audience, how many questions did you found very tough and you could not find, and you just marked the answer? Was there any question in that?
I think वो तुक्का वाला type ना, तो like 10 to 12 questions like that.
Okay, but that was
The best
difficult.
part is, yeah, the best part is there is no negative marking. So I make up my mind like that कि मेरे को confuse नहीं होना है. अगर मेरे को 90% sure है कि answer है, तो I will mark it and move forward.
Okay, okay, perfect.
So it's not like कि 100% मैं sure होंगी तभी I will mark. It is a non-negative marking paper. So if I am sure 90%, then I will mark it and move forward to another question to save the time.
Okay. And what was the quartile that you got for the final quartiles?
Yeah, for first I got excellent. For second I got good. For third I got excellent, and fourth for good.
Wow, fourth good, fourth
Yeah.
good. So that's good. That's actually very good. Okay, because a lot of people struggled. I know a lot of people struggled in book 4 and book 2 in this exam.
I was confident for book 3 and book 1 actually. I was confident because book 3 was always my strong point. I used to like do option trading also, so that was my interest and that was my like best thing that I can do. So I was confident for that. I was always low on confidence on book 2 and book 3. So I'm happy that I got good percentile.
Perfect, perfect. Now, when the result came in, you cleared the exam. So, what has been the feedback of people around you, especially your office people or your
I was in
friends?
office only then when I saw the result.
Okay,
So
wow.
everyone was like party party.
Arey, wow, wow, wow. Wonderful, wonderful. So very good. I'm very happy because and this I tell to everybody that if you have achieved something, especially when you're working in corporate life, you should highlight, because you can see around people highlighting small achievements you have done. You have cleared a very good exam. You should always highlight, because it helps you to
हाँ,
keep
everyone
your
was
brand.
like इसको कैसे करना है अभी हमको गाइड करो हमको भी करना है.
That is there, but it helps people perceive you in a very different way, because they see that you have cleared a very difficult exam. That's a very good
Yes,
point, seriously.
that is always there.
And now, I mean, if somebody comes and asks you 3 tips how to clear FRM exam, then what would be that 3 tips from your side?
First of all, start early.
Okay. Okay,
At
start early.
least 4 months is needed for 4 books.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the first point. Second,
Yeah, to win a confident position, if you want to be confident and make yourself calm mind and you want to confidently attempt your exam, at least start 4 months before the
so
exam.
the first point is basically start very early. What would be the second point?
Second point, I think you should make your strategy like in first 2 months, you make a strategy that you complete the entire course in 2 months only, 15 days per book, average. So
Okay.
in first 2 months, if you completed your course, then in the third month, you start revising and the question bank. And for 4 months, again revising and the other things, the mock papers, the GARP sample papers,
Right.
so that you will be very more confident and practice. You have to practice for these questions.
Perfect. Perfect. Any other tips that you want to give to the audience who are watching the video?
Don't waste the time if you're like you're not solving any questions. Some people like जैसे एक क्वेश्चन बैंक में कोई क्वेश्चन आया वो नहीं हो रहा है तो like नहीं 1-2 दिन वेस्ट कर देंगे इससे पूछेंगे सर को कॉल करेंगे. I don't think I never called you for
Mostly
any
not for the
question.
doubts actually. Yes.
तो आई वाज लाइक कि यार एक क्वेश्चन नहीं हो रहा ना जाने दो 100 में से एक गया ना जाने दो. तो टाइम वेस्ट मत करो क्योंकि आई वाज वेरी लेस ऑफ टाइम. सो
definitely, because when you have less time, you have to be very smart in picking up topics and ordering and solving and all of that.
और बहुत छोटे छोटे इश्यूज पर इतना फोकस करने की बजाय ओवरऑल अपने लाइक फॉर्मूलाज जो आपका कोर्स है उसको रिवाइज करो एंड श्वेजर का बुक को एटलीस्ट 3 times गो थ्रू करो. I think
Because see, this has been my saying also throughout the period that it is not necessary that you need to solve Bionic Turtle, you need to read from GARP, because in fact my students, they don't have time to go for it. If you're working, they definitely will not have time, right?
Hmm.
And solving my question bank, which is around 3,500, you will not get time after that to solve again BT. It will again take more two
Yeah.
3 months. So primarily,
Yes.
but if you solve BT, then definitely there's a good chance, because it's a very good question bank that way.
Yeah.
So, but I'm really happy for
Now,
you, and the way you have prepared, it's actually giving a lot of motivation for people. Okay, that they can also clear the exam, because right now also I'm getting so many calls for me exam. So
okay.
because they want to start now. Okay, so that's these all your pointers, your discussion, your journey would definitely help, and especially you were working, but during that period of time you got some free time, but you're also managing your family, so it is not easy to do things and
Yeah.
keep motivated, and especially when you had a gap of around 8 years, right, from the proper education part. So
Yes.
so definitely it was a wonderful journey that you had, and you will remember this throughout your life, that I was able to clear the exam very fast. So definitely this is going to be very, very interesting. And I really thank you for you to participate in this and sharing your journey. A lot of people are shy of
Yes.
coming in front of camera as if they're doing any crime. But frankly speaking, this is going to help a lot of students who are going to
Yeah.
watch and prepare on the basis of that. Thank
Actually,
you.
I want to share now one experience also.
Uh-huh.
So there was the time when I was feeling low and I was like कि मुझे exam भी देना है कि नहीं देना है. So the same thing happened with me. I watched your YouTube video with that one boy who's got just 50 marks and like 51 marks. So
Janil, yes.
yeah, Jen. Yes. So I was like really inspired. I was like कि ठीक है अभी 51 उसने किया और इतना कम टाइम में किया तो I should also try. So
Right.
I think it's really inspiring. So I'm really thankful that you gave me the opportunity, and I'm also thankful that you gave me the last moment. Videos are always there to guide me, and I really I know I can remember I called you on the exam day also. सर मेरा
Uh-huh.
एग्जाम है फटाफट में टिप्स दे दो so you're always there for me. Even I took the only the recorded lectures, but you're always there for me. So I'm really, really grateful.
Thank you. Thank you. But I'm very happy. Primarily, I mean, one step is completed and you will focus on the level two. And I'm sure you will clear the level two also in the first attempt. You just keep the consistency and the dedication.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Neha.